The dog and the fire were fine. Seems fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I am the dog surrounded by fire, but the fire is minimizing with days.
We're live.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
Hey.
yeah, this month has seen a lot of us moving. Yeah.
Yes.
Which has led to some delays. But here we are, back with Sunday Update. It's May the 2nd, which is a day in April. Because I'm not done yet. So.
I am also not done.
It's not that I'm late. April's just not over. So.
I refuse to believe April's over as well. I think it went by in the blink of an eye, and
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about that. It just went.
Yeah. I can get behind that. Because that went very fast. It was March and then all of a sudden now it's May. So here's where we're at since in the midst of moving, I unfortunately yet again don't have a graphic for everybody this week. We have, first of all, congratulations are in order for our first Gen 4 champion, Cam. Woohoo!
It was an experience.
I know. I am deliberately not watching your stream this April 32nd, as D Money says. I love it. I'm deliberately not watching your stream because I want to go into the E4 and be surprised. I think we've done this before, but like I don't want to know what's coming. I don't want to know.
I'm very excited for both of you to go through it.
Yeah. So I was feeling really good. And then now that I went through the ice jam, which took me no less than 3 tries with my ground-based team. Also, I'm miffed because I had to solve the puzzle every time. But after that, like, I'm feeling much less confident about my team. So I talked to Cam a bit this weekend and figured out kind of a game plan going forward and how to make my team more better. So
You'll be fine.
I should be, but I need
You're
more
ground
gooder.
specialty. You're fine.
I need
There are
more
3
gooder.
other ground types that you
Yeah,
can get
yeah, we talked about
for a
that.
team of 6.
There's some
So
pretty good ground types on.
Yeah. Sirmina, where are you at?
I reached Cantaloupe City, and then that was the last thing that I did. I didn't do anything this week because moving is awful.
It's not cool.
So I have reached Cantaloupe, and I haven't gone to Iron Island. I have not taken on the gym, but I know I'll be okay for the gym.
Wait, Iron
And
Island.
yeah,
Did I go there?
you had to. You had to go to Iron Island to be able to enter into the library.
I wonder if it's a platinum only thing, and I'm just like making stuff up.
Really?
Is
I mean, if so,
how did you get there, Cam?
you take the boat.
Oh, I definitely did not take no boat.
Oh, then maybe it's a platinum only.
You know what? Wait,
Which is
did
great.
you go to Canalave and then talk to the guy who's like, oh man, I wish I brought a champion on my boat? And then did he take you there?
There's a sailor who's like, oh, I go to Iron Island all the time. People love to train up there. There's
Wow.
no Poke Center there. And then you get on the boat ride, and it's really slow. And then you get there, and then you fight through the caves with Riley.
I'm
Because you have
pretty
to fight
sure.
sometime.
I'm pretty sure that in Diamond and Pearl, you just go to Canalave City
Is that not a thing for us?
and you just go across the bridge and you go to the library.
Maybe.
Could be wrong. So when you gotta double check me on that when you get there, or when you go and do that. But that was the Steel type gem, definitely. I definitely did that there. So
It's accessible to us. You just didn't go to it.
Yeah, you guys might not have to. I had to.
the guy with the
Because
boat.
Riley gives you strength.
The guy with the boat also says, "Yeah, where did I get strength? I don't know.
What do you
Oh,
get?
Cynthia's grandmother, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we get strength via Cynthia's grandmother to be able to use strength to get through Mount Coronet and go north.
Yes.
But we need Cantaloupe
to be able to
Gym
use
bag.
it
To be able to use strength?
Yeah.
outside of battle. Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Sirmina, you're not far behind then. Like, as soon as you do the gym, then you're kind of in endgame territory of
Yeah.
Galactic, and then it's 2 gyms and Victory Road and the E4.
I have the rest of what you had done between your 2 streams, minus the Distortion World.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
More fun.
don't have to. I mean, Peter, you've already done that. So
I watched a tiny
That will-
bit of your Distortion World stream.
that will that will cut like an hour
Yeah.
Yeah.
of playtime for both of you.
How
Or
was
what-
your time in the Distortion World, Pam?
It was at the time kind of frustrating because I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how these elevators work. I'm standing on all of these random parts of these platforms and it's not moving. And then I thought about it later. I was like, that was really cool.
The
Like
moment
the puzzle was
when you went over,
onto
Rem-
the side.
Oh, like flipped?
when you crossed over reminded me of another experience in a different game that you play a lot.
Half-Life and Zen.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Because-
just learning all of the mechanics of
Yeah.
a new world. Yeah.
Sorry,
I-
you were talking about the puzzle.
No, that was actually a thought that crossed into my mind. I was like, I keep going into all of these border worlds and all of the games that I'm playing.
Right, yeah. No, it
Um,
really felt like that. Like you were kind of, for most of the game, you're in the normal, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then something comes from this other world, and then you go in after it. Like, that was kind of a cool dynamic that you also see a lot of in Half-Life, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, crossing over and then like jumping onto the sides of things and then upside down. Just like things were not as they appeared. Especially that forest with all of the really tall trees that kept appearing and disappearing. I was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing to me here, Tina?
It's like
Although
between
it was-
that and the waterfall were like my favorite
Yeah.
parts.
The waterfall and like going, I don't even remember what way it was because it kept like shifting and like tilting. It was not straight. Also, vector.
I don't understand it still. So it's just like some random guy in one of the cities just said like this is like a
Yeah.
cool phrase or like this is hip or this is like whatever.
You'll meet
Yeah, it was
him.
like the first 5 minutes of wandering around Snow Point on one of the streams, and I walked into this guy's house, and he's like, "Here's a hip phrase. You want it?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, vector.
Okay.
I think that's pretty cool."
And then that's
like-
it. That's just...
And that was it.
He told me
He's like, "Come back."
spreadsheets.
Yeah, he's like, "Come back tomorrow for another." And I was like, "Nah."
Oh, I guess if you go back, he says a different word.
Yeah, I liked my word.
I don't understand what it's for.
I don't
I can't
either.
remember what it's
It
for.
reminded me of the guy in Gen 3 in one of the Poke Centers that was just babbling nonsense sentences all the time.
Mauville, maybe. Deeperd? Mauville, one of them.
I don't remember. I just remember that he would say crazy, weird sentences, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There is a weird, like... In Gen 3, there are the reporters who, like, ask you how the battle went,
Yeah.
and you say, like, you can describe it with a word. But then there's also in Gen 3, when you get to... Shoot, it's the first beach town, like...
Flightport? Or
No.
Deeperd?
Dewford, I think.
The one.
You go in the
south-
one house, and everybody's talking about...
Oh my god, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But what is it? It's
It's not a fan club. It's a something else.
No, they're like.
it's
have
a
you heard of-
comics. For me, it was comics. I don't know if that was true for everyone.
It's
Then
gonna be
it's
totally
different.
different for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's
because
different.
in mine it was something that was completely made up, and it was like, this is the new big craze. You haven't heard of it? Oh.
It was made up in mine too. Like it wasn't a real thing. But I always find that interesting when they do that, and there's really no. As far as I could tell, there was no payoff. The only thing that I saw that relevant to was like some idea of like, oh, Pokemon is this cultural phenomenon, and within the world of Pokemon, there are people who have similar obsessions.
Something like that. There is one in-game aspect to one of these like phrase guys. I cannot for the life of me remember, but I think it's the Duford guy. Maybe there's like a Mavo guy. But it impacts which tiles you can get Phoebus in on route like 119 or something.
Wow.
That really long route with the Weather Institute.
Yes.
There along the water, Phoebus only appears in 6 tiles for fishing, and you can change which 6 tiles it is based on whatever phrase is cool or hip or whatever at the time.
Okay, first of all, that sucks.
Sucks.
No, because here's the thing why that sucks. So, like, you go to the Weather Institute, and you ask them, like, oh, you know, is it raining anywhere? And they're like, oh, yeah, Route 118. And then you go to Route 118 and, like, Kyogre's there, right? Or whatever. But this is...
That's an emerald thing. That's different.
That's an emerald thing. But this is like some dude saying a word, and like you can go on the internet and look up what that word means and then figure out which tiles Phoebus is at. Like, that's so complicated.
Something like that, yeah.
That's way
Cam
too
looks
complicated.
like you're reading it.
Cam's reading it.
I thought that I had found something as a callback of the trendy phrases that they say in Gen 4 in that place, as a callback to Gen 3, but it is completely the trendy phrase in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald affects the patterns of Phoebus on Route 119. By changing the trendy phrase in Duford, the 6 tiles where the Phoebus change. And then in Gen 4, they have a list of all of the trendy phrases. Mm-hmm. And I thought that that meant that it was a callback to what was trendy in Duford.
Is it something else?
It's something else, and it actually doesn't say what they are in Duford on the wiki. I could just go back and look at it in the stream. But, like, it was something, like, nonsensical. But the list of trendy phrases in Gen 4, like, vectors there. Spreadsheet.
Vector!
Cross stitch.
What?
Yeah. Cadenza.
Cadenza is a cool word. Like,
neutrino. REM sleep. Bone density. Weird one to get.
These are some interesting ones.
Bone density?
There's
Bone density.
weird.
There's like 30. I'm not going to read them all. I wish that it would tell me what the trendy phrase in Duford was.
I think mine was like something comics. Anyway. Cam and I had talked about ground types the other day. I'll discourse on that quickly. I think the remaining ones I could get are, what did we decide, Cam? There was like hippopotamus.
Hippopotas.
Hippopotamus
Hippopotas is the pure ground that you could get at.
There's
You can get Steelix
Steelix.
in Victory Road, and you can get Gibble on 202.
Yeah.
Those would be 3 to clear up the 3 empty spots to fill in.
Wait, you can get Gibble? That's ground?
Yeah, ground dragon.
I forgot it's ground
Watch out
dragon.
for all
Oh,
the
Dragon.
hold up. We just went offline on everything. What the hell?
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to try to stop stream and start stream, see if that works.
No, it looks like everything's okay. I'm following.
We're still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it says it's offline, but it's really not.
Restream
I don't
last
know why
week.
it says
That sucks. Okay.
It lies to you.
Anyway.
It's lying to you,
Oh.
don't worry.
Yeah, apparently we're still live. Okay. Well, great.
Duford Town phrase changes every week. But it only changes when you change that.
Duford Town phrase changes every week.
Apparently, yeah.
Or if you... And then someone said that it changes when you change it.
Got it.
No, is this a thread from like 2003 when like the internet was still like people were still figuring shit out and it wasn't certain, or is this like a 2020 update of like this is 100% the tried and true method because we've been playing this game for 17 years now?
This is when Omega and Alpha and Omega came out. That people were trying to like refigure it out.
I see.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Omega Alpha may be different from the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. Got it. Okay.
They've updated. But yeah, you could totally fill up your ground type team and not have any crossover with water ground stuff.
Very cool.
Yes.
As long as you
Well,
avoid
I already have a Quagsire.
Yeah.
So
So just avoid
Oh,
Shellis
okay.
and Gastrodon.
Yeah.
Or pick
Yes,
up a
sir.
Whiscash.
Cool.
If
This
you
was
really wanted
conscious.
to, you could, yeah.
Whiscash is so much better.
Whiscash is great. Although after Gen 2,
Quags.
I do trust the Quagsire.
That's fair. I know we hated Gen 2, but like Quagsire did a good job.
I shall depart from this establishment shortly.
Is Quagsire a catfish?
Quagsire, no. I mean, honestly, Whiscash is the Tom Kenchier of the
Yeah.
two, so it's fine. Anyway. But yeah, I think I should make that probably a priority to go get the hippo and the dragon. Then I will go to the last gym, grab a Steelix on Victory Road, and get my ass whooped by E4.
I think it'll be okay.
If anyone
Yeah.
has ice, history points to the fact that I will not be fine.
What are you referencing?
Snow Point.
When you say history reference? Oh.
I got messed up
Look.
twice.
I'm still reeling from the Gen 3 E4. Okay,
Oof.
that one hurt.
That was rough.
That one hurt.
Am I allowed to ask if that will be completed?
At some point, yes.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing you beat that.
If I can like level everyone up by another like 3 levels when I get a chance to, I think so.
Cam, question in the chat: is Steelix an Iron Island? And also, what about Swinub?
Swinub is only available in Pearl and Diamond after you beat the game, because then it appears as a swarm. Whereas in Platinum, I was able to find Swinub in the wild, but then again, everything seemed to just be available in Platinum.
Is that because that's more fun and
Yeah.
and less annoying? Oh, cool.
At least the
Platinum's great.
Manapline. One
Uh,
of those two, I think.
and then Steelix, I feel like I did find Steelix at Iron Island, because Iron Island is a steel type
You did.
area.
I remember watching and you ran into them in the wild.
Yeah,
So
so you
that's
might be able to
interesting.
find them there, although it might be a Platinum only thing.
That would
That'll work
be.
out.
I would also need to figure out how to get to Iron Island.
You
since
go to talk
Be
to
a
the
boat.
boat. There's a boat in Canalave.
But I talked to the boat guy and he said he only takes champions.
Oh.
Seriously, I think it might be a post game access thing in Pearl.
It might be for Pearl and
No idea that.
Steelix.
It might be post game only for
Yeah.
us.
So, the last couple times I've streamed,
Pearl.
and I don't know if you guys have gotten any of this frustration, but the lakes, they are very far apart.
Yeah.
And I just got fly. I don't even have a bird, so it's not like a whole thing. But why do I have to run back and forth?
To the lakes?
Story.
Yeah.
The story.
Story.
Man. Story.
I don't enjoy. Yeah, but I don't like to run all the way to the top just to run down to the bottom to have to run back to the top. I don't like
I
that.
don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe no more of that in Gen 5. Just
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, you wouldn't have to run all the way around with fly.
yeah. But then you have to have a bird, and that's illegal.
It's not illegal to have somebody used for agents.
That's true. I can catch a Starly, and Starly can fly me around, and then once I get to... I don't know what the last gym actually is. I don't remember the name of the town. But once I get there, I will just release Starly.
Okay.
Or make him
Good
into a chicken sandwich, and then go on to Elite Four.
That works.
Boom.
But yeah, just like you're allowed to catch a Pokemon just to use them for agents. It's okay. It is
If
okay.
you-
I had to do that in Gen 3. I had no other options.
I
mean,
I
had an option,
have
but I decided not to take it.
I have done pretty well this gen not doing that. Like I did have what's his name? The little guy with the teeth, Bidoof, for a while. But then I wound up taking him off the team because I think I was able to replace everything but Cut, which once again you just don't really need.
Look.
Yeah.
There were aspects of the game where you did need Cut to proceed.
At the beginning, but
it was still a requirement.
It was. No, it is required.
Unlike Gen 3.
Unlike Gen 3, which I think actually you can make it through all of Gen 3 except for one of the Reggies without ever using Cut.
But that's like optional post-game content.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure you can beat Emerald without ever using Cut.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
D-Money in the stream actually recommended that I go to the move deleter in Canalave and drop Cut from Heracross and replace it with something else.
Yeah.
And that was key to defeating one of the Pokemon.
Well, so some of the HMs, it was key to defeating the Pokemon in the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Is there a move Rememberer?
Yeah, there's a move relearner.
Yeah.
Right? And you just give him a star piece.
Yeah.
Or a heart scale.
Heart scale, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I use a heart scale to give Draco Thrash, which is very exciting.
Ooh, Draco. Hold on.
Gyarados.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
It's fun to have the Magikarp named Draco for like the 2 minutes that it was Magikarp.
Yeah, because I think I caught it at like level 14, and then he evolved at 20, so it really was not a Magikarp for very long. It was
It's
nice.
clutch. It's like the exact opposite of my experience with Whalmer. Last gen.
But also Whalmer evolved at like level 40, so
Yep.
you really did not have fun.
I hung on to those 2 rare candies until level 38.
Solid.
And then I was like, okay, I'm done.
Rare.
D-Money has the keys.
Does have the keys.
Keys to what?
Key insight.
The key insight, because I dropped
word.
Cut on Stone Edge.
Alright, I'm not hip with the lingo of what the kids are throwing down these days, so
It's okay, me neither.
I appreciate the translation.
I do recommend to both of you to explore the Victory Road side caves carefully, because there's very nice TMs in there.
Is there any TM that I can teach to a member of my team? Because I have not yet encountered one.
You've never found a TM?
No, I found a TM. Do you understand how limited my move pool is this gen?
Go.
But I can empathize, because Gen 3 I was the same way.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Okay.
I feel very lucky that Platinum introduced shards for the move tutor, because that's how I was able to get Thunder Punch and Ice Punch on Metachamp.
Yeah, but that's because fighting Pokemon actually have a decent, like, inclusion thing for other typed moves. Like,
Yeah.
ground types do not apparently learn moves outside their type very well. Because there ain't a lot of, like, other moves being learned. But I've gone through my TM list, like, a couple times just to check, and there's very little overlap.
Steelix can learn dark moves.
I have dark moves covered.
You can crunch.
Yeah.
I have Crunch on Torterra, which is a great move.
That's also nice, yeah.
Yeah. I learned from having Dreadnought in Gen 8 that Crunch is amazing.
You have Grass Knot, which would be great on Torterra.
Would it though? Because it's a heavy it's a weight dependent move.
Yeah, but it still does damage, especially if you're a grass type.
See, the thing is, I don't really want to give up. Right now I have Giga Drain. I suppose I could swap out Razor Leaf and put in...
Giga's 120 base power this gen, right?
I think so.
Because I remember when I picked it up in Gen 3, it was only 60, which is the stupidest thing.
Yeah. No, Giga Drain is, like, crazy strong and has gotten me through a couple fights.
Okay.
But...
Use your PP ups before you do P4.
Yeah, I probably will need to, because that's gonna I might have already used mine, but that's fine. I'll look for
Okay.
that. D Money in the chat says ground type Pokemon don't have diverse move pool. You're right, but they hit like Vegeta on the offensive side, which is true. Like the ground Pokemon I have crazy stats.
They do.
The problem is like Torterra with all the attack and defense in the world. Like you come up against an ice type special attacker, and it doesn't make a lick of difference.
Then you switch it out.
Yeah, but to who?
Can someone learn Rock
Steelix.
Slide or something like that?
Steelix would be good. So I have Rock Climb or Rock Slide. You said.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have the
Great.
TM for Rock Tomb, which I could put on Graveler, replacing.
That's a good holdover.
Yeah, but I also have it like comes up from the ground and go. It's Rock.
Stone Edge?
Stone Edge. Thank you.
There's an area of Victory Road where it's hidden off to a corner that you can't get to until you...
Don't need it. Graveler already knows it. He learns it at a certain level.
Oh.
So...
You can put Stone Edge on someone else.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that any of my other Pokemon can learn it, except maybe Steelix when I get there. But
Torterra can learn it.
Can I learn Stone Edge?
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Oh, that's pretty cool.
list
Honestly,
of TMs.
Here's the thing though. Torterra, I've got Earthquake, which is Earthquake. I have Giga Drain, which gets the stab and can heal. I need an offensive grass move, so I'm going with right now Razor Leaf, potentially swapping out for Grass Knot, and I have Crunch, and I need Crunch to deal with Psychics.
Yeah, keep Crunch.
Yeah.
Crunch is a good one to have.
So
You can also find Dark Pulse in Victory Road and put that on someone.
yeah, although no one, what Dark Pulse is a dark move, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I
Very
keep finding
powerful.
stuff. And it's like shadow this, shadow that, and I'm like, well, those are all ghost moves, and I can't teach that to anyone on my team. Cool.
If you got a Gibble,
Yeah.
it could probably learn Shadow Claw or something.
That is a good point. I have Shadow Ball in my TMs, and I would really like to teach that to someone, but
Just based on what Garchomp looks like, I assume it will be able to take some kind of claw type attack on its
oh, good point.
Yeah, Dragon Claw.
Dragon Claw. Yes.
Speaking of
So I
claws,
think
Shadow Claw. You could definitely teach Shadow Claw to Gibble.
Boom. There you go.
nice.
And Aerial Ace.
Oh, I
Ooh,
have Aerial Ace. That actually would be huge.
That's pretty great. Yeah.
What can Garchomp learn? Is that...
Hold on, I'm gonna turn the light on because it's very dark in here.
Show.
One
No,
sec.
I don't want Sword and Shield Garchomp.
Of course you do. You obviously want Gen 8. That's the most
Yeah.
recent gen.
Garchomp can also learn...
Alrighty, team. I'm good to go.
Garchomp can also learn Flamethrower, by
That is huge.
Wait, that's sick. That's great.
the way.
So I might look into
And-
that
And
because
Garchomp can learn Brick Break.
yeah,
So you
not
have a fighting move.
not as important to me. Well, I think I have a fighting move because I have Rock Smash,
Oh, yeah.
which is a fighting move.
And it lowers defense.
Defense. And it actually lowers defense now. It's not Gen 3 where it pretends to lower defense.
And it
Oh,
does
you
it
might not actually be able to put Dark Pulse on.
No, but Shadow Claw on
Yeah, you could put Shadow Claw on Garchomp.
yeah.
So you'd need a Dragon move, the Ghost move. You could put a Flying move, and a Fire move. And there you go.
That would be pretty clutch. It would be a weird
And then if anyone
weird
puts
dragon.
If anyone puts in
No,
an
it's a perfect
ice,
dragon.
You just
then you just use Flamethrower.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember Drake's dragon type Pokemon in E4 in Gen 3. I don't know if you remember Lance's dragons in Gens 1 and 2.
I do.
That
Oh.
boy, all of them, they all had a lot of thunder or flamethrower or something like that. They all had non-dragon, wild, crazy moves.
Okay, so I remember the dragon trainers from previous E4s a little differently because what I remember is Hyper Beam.
And Hyper Beam. So,
And
yeah, they all had Hyper Beam, yeah. But for something a rock type, like that was very likely like part ground, it probably had like Ice Punch or Blizzard or something, you know?
Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty. I mean, I feel better now, and I'm gonna go try to get a. Is it Ghibli or Gibble?
Gibble.
Gibble.
Yes, Ghibli like the studio. Sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could put Flash Cannon on Steelix. There you go.
yeah.
And Dragon Pulse. And Dark Pulse. Yeah.
Sure.
That's,
I'll have a just Pulsey Steelix.
You have a lot of versatility, especially if you can pick up a Garchomp. Garchomp seems to have the most versatility out of all of them because Dragon.
I wanted to pause because I know you guys are like planning my team for me, which is awesome. Love that. But D Money asked a question in the chat: are y'all doing a gym leader challenge for the rest of the generations too? And to be honest, we haven't decided.
We have not.
We haven't even talked about this.
Well, this is the point when we've switched generations at this point between the three of us.
Yeah, we start getting into some weird stuff. I'm leaning towards no, because as much as I do like the gym leader challenge, it does kind of mean that like a lot of Pokemon you are skipping over, and that's always kind of a bummer.
I don't want to skip over Gen 5 Pokemon. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if I remember, the Pokedex is relatively expansive in Gen 5. And it's a pretty cool amount of Pokemon that you can get.
Yeah.
Cam, you might know better. Just like, what's in your Pogo Dex? Like, how many Pokemon are Gen 5 versus 4? Yeah, going to you because you've caught everything, so it will tell you in your Pokedex.
Well, my unofficial rule. Go ahead, Ken.
So we're doing black, white, and
Black 2, White 2.
black, white, black 2, white 2, X, and Y.
Yeah, those are all coming over the next 2 months.
So black, we're starting with what? Black, white, and white 2?
I think
And those
so.
are all Gen 5 stuff, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're still in... Okay, we're still in the same gen for now.
So we'll be in...
And Gen 5 is Unova?
Yes. The Unova Stone.
Oh, there's a lot of versatility in Gen 5.
Yeah. I don't want to do Gym Leader Challenge because they have a lot.
So okay, 2 things.
Some of my favorite Pokemon.
First of all, I don't necessarily want to commit to this yet. I'm saying it on this Sunday update, but I'm not locking myself in. And second of all, Cam, I apologize for trauma suffered as a result of me saying the following word. But I was considering doing a Nuzlocke for Gen 5.
Nuzlocke. You can do Nuzlocke.
You can do it if you
me,
want.
was
I'm
considering
not doing it
doing a Nuzlocke for Gen 5. I do not expect anyone else. I think what I would probably do is, though, leave it open generations.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And just play through. Because, honestly, I think, like, as many rules as a Nuzlocke have, it's more punishing than, like, restrictive necessarily. I know that sounds weird, but, like, it's more consequences than you just can't do something.
If you do the Nuzlocke and you leave it open to any generation, then that... I don't know if that really opens up, like, options and things, because it's still the first Pokemon that you encounter in a new area.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of generation, so it's still... You only get the one.
Yeah. And I might have to play that by ear. Like, I'm not sure if that'll work well, but...
I feel like Gen 5 definitely has enough variety that could work.
Yeah. Here's why I'm suggesting this. Is that I want a challenge, but I don't want to be, like... Gen 4 has meant a lot of, like, oh, what ground types are there? And, like... how do those match up against all the other types? And blah, 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 blah. And, like, it's not necessarily hard. It's just kind of, you have to like think about all that stuff a lot. And I think for the next one, I'd like an actual challenge, which a Nuzlocke would be for me, especially for me. But also it will mean potentially a little, like, some of those other restrictions will ease off. I know there's obviously rules. That's the whole thing, but
Yeah, the other restrictions go away.
I'm looking at the deck.
Restrict their restriction.
yeah, sort of.
You guys, I'm looking at the Pokedex for Unova.
It's really diverse.
I think the only Pokemon in the Gen 5 games literally are the Unova Pokemon, and that's it. Because
Oh,
they
great.
have 155 Pokemon in the Unova Dex. Is that right,
Yes.
Jim?
They haven't released all of them in Go, so I'm still in like the 130s. But like,
Which is-
yeah, there's
yeah,
a lot.
They
Right.
have enough Pokemon that they only need their own generation of Pokemon
Yeah.
in the game, and that's it. Like, it's... I do vaguely remember this. It was basically like a reset to reintroduce and make it feel like you're playing Red, Blue, Yellow again, where it's like every Pokemon you meet is totally brand new.
Which is cool. I mean, I like that feeling.
I do remember that because, what was it? It was 2010, 2011, so 15 years after the original releases.
Wow.
Just
And
open.
actually truly like catering towards a brand new generation of trainers
Yeah.
to be like, hey, you're gonna like relive like what people who grew up with like Gen 1 went through.
I will say,
So you could very easily Nuzlocke and do a Genlock because we're all gonna Genlock in Gen 5.
true. I will say, an odd-numbered Pokemon generation has not let us down yet.
This is very true.
And I'm excited to see what Gen 5 brings. Because I do feel like,
I remember it being really cool.
I think there is always a bit of a sine curve with games coming out. And I think, like, really anything, right? Like, the second movie isn't always great, and sometimes the third movie kind of comes back. But I am excited to see what Gen 5 looks like. I think, like, I don't have a problem with Gen 4. I got over the railroad a little bit. And
The story's cool.
the story's cool. And the story makes up for a little bit of the railroading
Yeah.
that is present at some points in the game.
They did a good job with that.
But the story makes up for it, especially in Platinum, from what I saw of that kind of extended storyline.
They did really well. It
Here-
was also the first game that went straight to DS.
Yeah. I want to say one thing, and then I'll stop talking about railroading. When you walk into Mount Coronet from the wrong side, from the wrong entrance, when you're trying to climb to the top of it, a Team Galactic member tells you that you have to go in through a different entrance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't
They're
have
really
that.
funny like that.
If you go in like at the top when you have to go in through the bottom, like by Heart Home,
Oh,
this guy will be like, "Oh, I guess I can't get up there this way. If you want to get to the top of Mount Coronet, you have to go to Heart Home and go in that way."
I guess I just went to Hard Home because I was
Yeah.
like, that's the fastest entrance.
And that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. I was just kind of like, okay, dude, I'm literally here to stop your plan. Like, you shouldn't be telling me this.
What? I should stop reading about things from Black.
Gen 5, probably.
Yeah, stop reading Black, White, and
Cam,
I'm
you're also...
not reading plot-related things at all. I was just reading about features that Black and White introduce, and I'm excited.
Are we still on the DS in Black and White? Good. Because I can't switch emulators again.
I think X and Y switched to 3DS.
Fuck.
Isn't it still this movie?
We'll see.
Oh, X and Y. Oh.
But we
I'm
don't
doing
have to
Black
worry
and White.
about that until June. Oh yeah, Cam, you're good. You're on DS.
Yeah,
all
I'm
the way through.
fine. I don't have to worry about anything until Sun.
What if I don't have 3 DSs? Haha.
Figure it out, dude.
We'll have to find one at GameStop,
Yeah.
refurbished. I feel well if it is actually like a pretty much gen lock by itself, like it's just your Nova, then honestly, like I might just go forward and not do any kind of lock of any kind. Just play and get the Pokemon that I want, because I haven't been able to do that since Yellow and Gold.
Yeah, it's true.
And even Gold felt very restricted. Like Gen 2 was very, because we did the Gen lock for Gen 2.
Yeah, we did do Gen lock in Gen 2.
Well,
and that kind of cut
Gen
it.
2 Pokemon suck, so it felt restrictive because move pool sucked, Pokemon sucked, and a lot of the Gen 2 Pokemon were Pokemon that turned into Gen 1 Pokemon or came from Gen 1 Pokemon. So it was just kind of like, it wasn't even like a pure like Gen 2-ness of a lot of the Pokedex.
the thing is that in Gen 3, Cam, you had rules that prevented you from having fun. And in Gen 4, you had rules that prevented you from having fun. And in Gen 2, even if you don't have those rules, you can't have fun anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Gen 2 is just...
I would say that I still had fun with the Nuzlocke, even though there were some heartbreaks along the way.
You did, yeah.
And then with Platinum, fighting is one of my favorite types anyway. So being able to only have the 6 fighting types that are actually in Platinum was fine.
They were pretty good fighting types too, like not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They were really diverse.
I didn't realize I didn't realize how much of a beast Lucario and Medicham were.
Yeah.
Isn't that why he's like all over the Go League?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucario, is he pure fighting or is he a
Fighting Steel.
fighting steel, which is broken by steel by itself is just broken as hell, and fighting
It
by itself is. I think
It gives some very good resistances and attacks like Flash Count.
Yeah.
And if you have Steelix, you're good.
right. Okay.
Is there a water steel type that you can get?
No, I don't think.
Empoleon.
Oh yeah. Obviously.
Wow. There you go. All set. I wanted to wind down a little bit and talk about like maybe some times that you might see us this week on stream, or what our plans are, or some combination of that. Cam's whole team is beast mode, says D Money in chat.
It was, yeah. Cam's
It
team
was.
just
I love it.
great.
I'm probably gonna do some morning spots again. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I only need to do one more stream for Gen 4. That would be sick. We'll see if that happens.
I'm
You
gonna
could
need
do
to
it.
do 2.
You what?
I'm gonna need to do 2.
Oh,
I
yeah.
also need to beat
No, you do.
Point, Sunny Shore, plus all the other things.
You can
For Victory Road, yeah.
you can do a lot of that in one stream.
Yeah.
I mean, my last stream took care of a bunch of that.
Because the next stream I do is gonna start with the Candlelight Gym, and then I'm gonna get straight to Snow Point after that, and run through Snow Point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that will go much better for you than it did for me. Because you're water.
I will have Empoleon, which is Water Steel. So I'll have that.
I mean,
Yeah, you could probably finish the Galactic
yeah.
line in one stream from where you are.
Probably. Because Peter, it didn't take you that long to do.
No, and it doesn't have all that stuff that Cam was doing over in Zen doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
Yeah. Fair.
In the Nightmare Dimension. The Shadow Realm.
Distortion World.
Distortion World. Okay,
You could call it Zen, though.
Zen, yeah,
I
it's
just
Zen.
really want to.
But
XCN.
I think, I'm not exactly sure when I did what, but I'm pretty sure I did like a lot of the lakes and then Snow Point and then went to Mount Coronet at one stream. That sounds right.
That's the order that I think you have to do it in.
Yeah. But
2 lakes, Snow Point Gym.
I could fly.
and I might have done the Steel Gym that day too. I can't quite remember. So yeah.
So it'll be okay. Like, I just need 2. That's it.
Yeah. Also, MVP for my NPCs that I met this week goes to the guy in the random cabin up near Snow Point that's like, oh, I lost rock climb. And then you go outside and it's literally right outside
of his cabin, yeah.
I love that guy. Best.
It's so funny.
He's the best guy.
And then we all stole rock climb from him.
Yeah, I know. No one ever brings it back. Poor guy.
Sorry, dude.
I never talked to him again. I didn't want him to take it from me.
I didn't want to go back through the snow.
Yeah, I hate the snow. Whatever.
Gonna walk it.
But guys, it's like a cute feature of Gen 4 is that like
okay.
you get to the snow.
It was cool.
The snow
but,
is
like,
cute.
At, like,
the mud.
So
the mud down in the swamp is not cute whatsoever.
The marsh. That's
the
what it's called,
the marsh. The Grand Marsh. No, that's not right. The Great Marsh.
Great Marsh.
White Marsh. I don't know.
Great Marsh.
Something marsh.
Great Marsh.
Some kind of marsh.
I was used to the fact that was happening because down in the underground, when you're mining, there are traps that do that exact same thing. You have to just move and move and move until you're out of the trap, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So you fell into the mud, and like, okay.
I was not a fan of that. I'm pretty sure when you run in the running shoes, too, it makes you fall in the mud faster.
Really?
I think so. I haven't really been able to experiment with that, but I'm pretty sure.
I found the opposite.
Oh my god, that's annoying. That is so annoying.
Anyway, I didn't mind the snow that much, but yeah, it did slow you down. And not being able to see where I was going, I ran into some trainers that I probably would have avoided. Which is fine.
I always love seeing Andromeda with her.
Yeah.
Window adventures.
She goes around and round and round.
Yeah, she's calming down. She had the zoomies at the beginning of the stream. Now she hears a bird chirp because they like to sit literally right outside the window.
Love it.
Birds.
Like the morning doves will just sit there and coo in the morning, and I'll wait. So like she'll be on one side of the room, and then all of a sudden I'll wake up and I'll just see a cat jump over my face to get to the window. She's like, yeah.
I do a decent morning dove. It used to be better.
I was waiting for Zuko to climb up the tree.
Right. Oh, I like that that's in the background now.
Now
We just have Zuko stream adventures.
He uses it. He's climbed to the top. He's much more comfortable with it now because it's in the corner, so he's got the two walls.
Yes. Doesn't have anybody behind him.
Previously in the old space, he only had it against one wall, so he wasn't always at the very tip top. He's very careful.
Yeah.
And it can wobble.
But now, he likes him in the corner, and he is up at the tip top. When he wants to get there.
King of the domain.
He must be able to see over his entire kingdom.
Gotta be able to see the kingdom if you're a cat.
Yep.
I just see a nose and an ear.
This is a Brando. It's the Brando. She's down. She's hanging out.
Oh, little paw, little foot.
She got the little teeth. I actually am gonna have to take her out in a moment, so I might have to draw to a close here.
A-okay.
It's all good.
She's just looking at me. She's like,
She knows. She's
let's
like,
let's get
Dad, are you
going.
done?
Yeah, but I didn't post anything on Twitter this week. That was no good. I never posted
This is
schedule.
a week, man. It's a
Yeah, I know. Moving is crazy, but I will do our best. Yeah, that's what I mean. How late or how open are you late? So
Yeah, exactly.
I will do my best to get a graphic up on Twitter, just showing some times that we're streaming in the next couple days. Those times might be subject to change, but you'll see at least one from me. Good God. What is happening outside? I know what's happening, but I don't know if you guys can hear that.
big.
Not really.
Kind of
Okay, good. There's a bunch of rumbling. So you'll see at least one from me. I don't know what y'all's schedules looks like this week.
I'm gonna have to have at least two.
Okay,
Maybe
so
three.
we'll get 2 diamond streams, maybe 3. And Cam is potentially in a position to start black.
Potentially, unless you guys want to do a Gen 5 trio start again next week, in which case I can hold off.
Let's chat about that, because that's a potential option. It was really fun to start Gen 4 that way.
Yeah. We should probably troubleshoot beforehand. So
We should definitely troubleshoot beforehand, but let's talk and see if we can make that work.
My only concern is that if we do wait, it does also kind of give us like limited time. It gives you really limited time, Cam, to like play through Black for the month, because you have to wait all the way until like.
I'd wait a week.
You know.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I mean, otherwise, you guys could start at the same time, and I'll just be ahead.
That's no fun.
Because we could still do a try stream.
Technically, we could just do a tri-stream no matter where we are. There is some fun to the opening launch, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna shut us down. Everybody in the chat, prepare to see Brandy for like a minute if you stick around, because I'll put her little slideshow up. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys Tuesday. Anybody who watches our channel religiously, and I'll get the rest of the schedule up for you on Twitter.
Spectacular.
Peace out, folks.
Thank you.
Bye.